Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So excited. So today, I thought ColourPop just launched. So what is today? Today's Thursday. When will you see this? Saturday? Friday? Tomorrow? I don't know. But anyway, they just launched that Stranger Things thing. And I'm not a big Stranger Things, so I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to get it. But it kind of reminded me, like I said, of the Jason palette in a way. Not identical, but in a way. And I'm like, I really like my Jason palette by Glamlite, you know? Then I saw Glamlite launched their Coca-Cola. I'm wondering, is that going to be their holiday launch for like Christmas? Because Coke and Christmas are like this, you know? You got the Santa, and they could really do something. Like, I feel like Glamlite could take Coke to a whole nother level. You know what I mean? I just feel like they nail the artistic side to these collabs, right? So I'm like, oh my goodness, they could do like I mean, my head is just all sorts of things. Now, is it that? I don't know. But I feel like they could really, with any Christmas type of thing, they could really do a number. I'd like to see somebody do the Grinch. I wonder if that's possible. Because I mean, I know like there's somebody's already done it, but I'm just saying, like, I'd like to see Glamlite or maybe even ColourPop did the Grinch, but Glamlite more so. But anyway, we've been talking about the holiday launches and stuff, and I told y'all I bought the Tarte thing, and I did. Look, I bought them both. So I got the pink and coral and the reds and berries. So you're going to be seeing these in every video because I'm going to wear each blush once in a video, you know, to see what I like. In today's blush, I wore this one. Pull it back out of here again. So I'm starting with the pinks and corals. And I pulled out this one here. Let me make sure before I say the name. Yep, Polished. I don't know if these are in their line. The Amazonian Clay blushes are in their line, in which I have several, and it is the same formula. Love this formula. But I don't know if these specific colors are in their main line or not. Like, a couple of them seem familiar to me, but I don't know. Or maybe they're like re-existing colors, like they once had them and they don't now. I don't know. I did look on Sephora and I didn't see it on that website, so none of these shades, but I don't know. But look at this. It's like an orange, peachy goodness, right? So I thought, but it's not. There is pink in this. It is a coral. I'll be darned. I really looked at that and thought, oh, that's going to be my next pink. Like, because y'all know I've been searching for a peachy thing. And this isn't, it, it's more matte than it is anything else, but it's not like a matte, like skin, or life out of your skin type of matte, right? But you all, the highlighter in this, oh, first off, this is lightly applied, this highlighter. Lightly. So it can go to the extreme in this particular one. I haven't tried the other one yet. I want to, but we're not. We're going to take it slow. But it's called Shimmer. And it looks like this. First off, I gotta say, the packaging is adorable. Now, here's my thing. It's kind of pain in the butt because they are all singles. And, like, where am I sticking all these singles? I have no idea. I'm going to be floating in blush over here, okay? But I couldn't pass this up. I just couldn't. It was screaming my name. And I thought, well, the shades that I don't like or the shades that don't work for me, I can give them to my grandkids, you know? Win, in my opinion. For bronzer, I pulled out my Dior bronzer because I have been playing with the other bronzers. It's 05 Warm Bronze, perfect name for it. It's on the more yellow side of brown. You know what I mean? It goes really well with my skin tone. However, it gets hard panned, and as much as I want to say the YSL isn't worth getting, the Dior is not worth getting. Is it beautiful? Absolutely. Is the packaging stunning? Absolutely. Is there a good bit of product? Is the shade great? Yeah, but it gets hard panned. And for the price point, it should not have a hard pan. Period, comma, question mark. It just shouldn't. For foundation today, I actually grabbed my Misha BB cream. It's a little light, but it made it work. It works. I mean, you can't really tell that it's a little light. For concealer, I'm wearing the NARS concealer. This one, creamy concealer. I set the under eyes and T-zone with my By Terry powder and the hyaluronic tinted hydra powder and rosy light, and the rest of the face I set with the Professional because I might as well use it up. And that's everything on my face. So for lips, I'm wearing Clinique. I believe it's called Bear Pop. No lip liner, no nothing. Pretty basic. It's all about the eye anyway, and we're going to be using the Friday the 13th. And I love this palette. I do. I know. I would have never guessed it. Even the greens aren't bad in here. I can work with them. Yeah, there's just... It doesn't beat my Chucky, but I think it's because the Chucky palette is more my color story. But this is right there. You know what I mean? Like, the Chucky's my favorite. I'd like Betty Boop too, but I think it would go Chucky, Freddy, Betty Boop. Just saying. But let's get started. So, first we are going to go into the color Death Curse. And I will say these shades are really dark. Oh, back to the Tarte things though. Let me tell you about that. I also ordered another thing from them. But I had points, so I used my points, and I only paid $5 for it, in some sense, because there was tax. But regardless, I can't wait for that to come in. So far, I'm pleased with the holiday collection. Like I said, I know the blushes, so if you've ever used an Amazonian Clay by Tarte blush, there you go. If you like it, you'll like this. If you like the colors, you'll love this. It's cute. The packaging's cute. It doesn't feel too cheap. Like, it doesn't look cheap. Let me explain. It doesn't look cheap. It's very light feeling, but it feels like it's gonna be sturdy enough. Like, it's not just gonna break. Alright, so let's go into Death Curse and start with this shade very easily, because these colors in here are definitely pigmented. And I will say the blushes from Tarte are amazing, because they do have pigment, but they're so buildable and blendable that they don't scare me. Like, even the darkest shade's not going to scare me, because they're beautiful. They're not as, like, goof proof as, like, Hourglass blushes, but they're right up there being goof proof. Alright, get that on there and blend it out. So do you think the Coca-Cola collection is going to be a holiday release for them? Or do you think it's still yet to be released? I'm curious. We're going to go into You're Doomed. Like, I can definitely see it, but from the promo so far, it doesn't look like it is Christmas, because I'm not seeing really anything Christmassy in the background of the, you know, advertising of the Coke stuff, so I don't know. But I think that they definitely could have launched that as a Christmas launch, and it would have worked. I do hate the fact that I feel like they are going to go boom, 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 boom with launches again. And people are going to get tired of it, I got a feeling. We're going to go into the shade Masked, and we're going to run it under the lower lash line here. And I get it, because they're known for their Halloween, so they do have to kind of get it all in right around that time. But like, I don't think the hostess thing could have helped for a launch probably. And if the Coke is Christmas, I feel like it could have maybe even held out too. I don't know. But I know there's also times and things you gotta launch certain things, so I get it. I'm not always bad. I understand, you know, people's complaining about it, but I also get it from they got time frames. They can only do it so long for so many, so then I went to work this morning and I'm off work now. But I got home, came inside, I did all the things. I went to go get the kids off the bus. Flat tire. And I mean flat, like flat, like on the ground. I was like, great. So I had to walk up to the bus stop to get the kids. In the rain. In the pouring rain. I know, right? Lucky me. We're going to go into Camp Crystal now. And put it on the lid. Not so sure this blush kind of goes with this look, but I had to play with that blush. Like, that color just called to me. And I do like it. I was hoping it'd be more peachy orange colored, but I still like it regardless. It's still a beautiful color. To be honest, there's not any of them that I don't think is gonna not be pretty, because I opened a ball and looked. But there is one out of each of them that I'm like, would I get much use out of it? But still, that's not bad. One, come on now. Alrighty. Oh, I use the eyeliner from ColourPop, the gel liner in Kicker for the waterline. Let's see. For the inner corner, we're going to go into Jason Lives. Yeah, what do you all think they're going to do for a holiday launch this year, Glamlite? I don't think last year they did a holiday launch, did they? Because they kind of just celebrated Halloween as their holiday. Which I'm not mad at that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not mad at that. I'm really not. At least I don't remember a Christmas launch. I could be wrong. We're going to take the Your Doom shade again, and we're going to line the upper lash line and lower lash line. Because I don't think you have to have a Christmas launch every, year. You could easily make Halloween your Christmas and that be your holiday launch, technically. And I feel like if, Glamlite could definitely do that. I feel like Melt Cosmetics could definitely do that. Like, because they're branded off that, really, in a way. I am so pleased with those blushes and the Tarte blush and highlighter, though. Not gonna lie. And at least I know what blush I'm gonna be wearing for the next, 8 days. And I also think that the highlighter that's in them is gonna go well with each of the blushes, too. I think they did a really good job on that one. I'm not gonna lie. At least I think they did. We shall see. We shall see. I'm gonna go back into that mask shade and run it under there again. I don't want to lose that blue shade, the lighter blue, like the blue-gray. Then, it's a little too dark for me. Y'all know that. We're going to go into Axe. This shade right here. I better pick it up on this finger since I'm working on this eye. Just a little bit. And we're just going to pop it like right in the middle. Like that. Just a little bit of something, you know? A little bit. Not too much, not too little, but a little bit. There. I really like that inner corner color though. What is that? Jason Lives. It is such a pretty color. And you can do it very sheer and it almost looks wet, or you can really build it up to like this silvery color. It's really, really pretty. For mascara, we are going to go into my gotta grab that Iris and Romeo Lash Up mascara. Been enjoying it so far. But I would like to see a Grinch collection. Oh, Pure did the Grinch. I remember now. How could I forget that? It was when I first was getting back into makeup, and I got it at Ulta. My daughter had seen it. My youngest daughter, at that time, she was really young. And she absolutely loved that. I even liked it. I didn't like the glitters in it. But I thought it was cute. The packaging and all. I remember now. So I definitely could see Glamlite doing a better job. Or Colourpop even. We don't have a Frosty the Snowman yet. Somebody could do that. Or what else is there? And we'll take the same mascara for the lower lash line too. You know what I done? I love me a magnifying mirror, y'all. It shows you everything you do wrong. And I must have touched right here with that darker blue shade. There we go. Alright. Yeah, I really do enjoy this palette though. I don't use it nearly enough, and I need to. There's a lot of really pretty shades in this palette. Alright, and that's the look for the day. I love it. Glamlite really, when they nail it, they nail it. And again, you don't need them all. You don't. Pick one that the color story, you know, resonates with you. Or if you're just wanting to have fun with the palette, you know, pick that one. They're not for the faint of heart. Glamlite palettes aren't. Don't get me wrong, their shadows are really easy to work with, but they are very, very pigmented. So a beginner, maybe not. But if you are familiar with makeup, maybe. Um, if you are a beginner, definitely go in with a very light hand, um, and build it. But metallic wise, if you like the shiny, glistening, wet, metallic looks, they have got one of the best formulas for that. Like, hands down, really. Um, again, I mm, I don't want to say they're not everyday palettes because they definitely could be. You could definitely create neutral looks, everyday looks, softer looks. But I would classify them as fun palettes to me in my makeup experience. Like what I enjoy, how I enjoy to do my makeup, like through the work week. Not gonna lie, I'm grabbing my Natasha, my Charlotte, my Tom Ford, um, ColourPop even, the more that type of makeup. Where through, play day. Now don't get me wrong, I can play with some Natasha, I can play with some Pat, I can play with some ColourPop, but when I sit down to play, it's like, and I want colors, Glamlite always has my back for that one. But I really do like the way this turned out. The only thing really is the bronzer. Highly suggest not getting it. Only because, not because of the color, and not even the formula. It's easy to apply. It's easy to use. It's the hard pan for me. You will hit hard pan without fail. Um, and I just don't think for that price point we should. So honestly, that's the only thing that I'm not a fan of. Everything else turned out really well. The highlighter, it can be blinding or it can be subtle. Completely up to you and how you want to use it. Blush, same way. I built this up. You don't have to. You can keep it a very soft wash of color. That is the perfect formula for me. And for beginners or somebody that's not so sure on blush, um, Tarte really has a good formula for that. Truly, wholeheartedly. Uh, are they my favorite? No, but yeah. I mean, I really do enjoy the Pat McGrath blushes, but I would say those are a little bit harder to use than the Tarte. But I also really enjoy Hourglass, and I think those are even easier to use than the Tarte, but so much more expensive. So it's really based on your thing. And I must say that so far for these holiday launches, blush palettes have really been taking me by surprise, or just blushes in general. I mean, there's been a lot of blush releases for holiday, and that's kind of crazy to me. I mean, I wouldn't have saw that coming if you would have asked me. But at the same time, I do understand that eyeshadow's out apparently, so something has to be in. They have to sell something, so I guess it's going to be face products. So anyway, let me know your thoughts on holiday launches and what do you think Glamlite's going to be? We're going through every brand, okay? We're going through it all because I want to know your thoughts and I want to see if we're right. If we can call it. Probably can't, but maybe we can. Maybe. Maybe we can call it. Predictions? Maybe we can see into the future a little bit. Yeah, not me, but maybe you all could. So yeah, overall, really great. Again, the blush is the Tarte Polished for today. And we will continue on with those throughout this week. Again, I'll use one each day so that you'll know how it looks on my skin tone anyway. I don't feel like swatching does it justice. You get a color. You don't see how it blended onto the skin. You can't even tell on my skin because my skin tone is going to be different than yours. So it's really going to look different on everybody, to be fair. But there's that. I want to do it as true as I possibly can so you can see if it's worth your coin or not. Because look, if you think about it, that's a lot of money. That's hours of you working a job. Just saying. To buy that. So I don't want you just throwing your money out the window and then not liking it. And I really hope that you like all of them, because I'd want you to get all of your money worth. With me though, I'm not so concerned with it, because you know I got plenty of stuff here, blushes and stuff. So if I have to give one to my granddaughter because I know I won't use it, that's just me doing it because I know. There's no point in me keeping it here. I gotta get this stuff out. You know, what I'm not using needs to go out. That way I have room for what I do want to use, you know? Anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. We're trying to. And I will see you in my next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.